Hello everyone, this is Anson from AnsonAlex.com and welcome to part 2 of my 2014 video series on using LinkedIn. Part 1 served as an introduction and overview of what LinkedIn is. You can check out that video by looking in the description of this video here on YouTube. But here in part 2 we are going to talk about creating a LinkedIn account and setting up your profile. So to get started you need to navigate to LinkedIn.com and that will take you here to the LinkedIn homepage. You'll notice that midway down the page there's this section that says Get Started, it's free, and this is where we can sign up for our LinkedIn profile. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill in this information. I already have a LinkedIn account, but I'm going to create another one for the purpose of this video tutorial, and then I'm going to go ahead and delete that account. So we have to enter our email address, and then you need to create a password. Once you're ready, go ahead and click the Join Now button. And when you get to the next screen, LinkedIn is going to ask you for some basic information, and this is really where your profile starts getting created. So LinkedIn is going to include this information as part of your profile. So we need to enter our zip code, and this is just going to help find out where we're located so that we will be associated with other people in our area, companies in our area. You can choose whether you're currently employed or you are a job seeker or a student. I'm employed. I am actually self-employed, and I'm going to call myself a video author. And the industry that I'm in is education, e-learning. Actually, that's even better. So I'm in the e-learning industry. So once you have this information filled out, go ahead and click Create My Profile. LinkedIn wants to see if I will allow LinkedIn to look at my contacts in Gmail so that it can already add connections. It can already basically friend people here in LinkedIn. I'm not going to do that at this point. So if this screen pops up on when you're setting up your LinkedIn account, go ahead and click Skip this step. And it says, if you skip this step, you will not be able to easily find people you know on LinkedIn. That's okay. We can skip that for now. The next step is to confirm our Google account. We do need to confirm that this is our email address. So we can go ahead and say confirm my Google account. You could also have it send you an email, but I'm just going to log in with the Google account because that's a pretty quick way to confirm as well. I was already logged in. So now it prompts me whether or not I want to download the mobile app. Again, you can skip this step. We want to create our profile. This is all stuff that you can do later on. So we'll skip this step where we could download the mobile app. And now LinkedIn asks me, do I want a premium account for $24.95 a month or a free one? Well, if you've never used LinkedIn before, you probably want to start with the free account. So we'll go ahead and we'll choose the basic account for now. Once we do that, LinkedIn takes us to the screen where we can start building our entire profile. You'll notice that over here on the right, it has a walkthrough area where it's going to walk you through filling out your profile, and up here in blue is where it's going to ask you specific questions so that you can fill out and it will automatically add it to your profile. So if you just follow along with this blue box up here, it will really help you create a full-fledged LinkedIn account. So it asks me when I started working as a video author. I started in January of 2011. I can save that one. You notice when I do that, it adds it down here at the bottom to this experience of being a video author. If you didn't check out my first video in the series, you should probably check it out because in that video, I show you my full-fledged LinkedIn profile. So you can see what a profile looks like. What a profile looks like when it's completed, which I'll also show at the end of this video here. So now it asks where else I've worked. Well, let's say for the purpose of this tutorial that I haven't worked anywhere else, so we can kind of get to the next step here. Now it asks for my education. Well, I went to the University of Tampa, and you'll notice that most schools are already in the LinkedIn index here, so I can just go ahead and click on University of Tampa and save that. And now you'll notice if I scroll down, I have another section added to my profile. I now have an education section. So really just keep walking through these blue screens here. What did I major in? I have a Bachelor of Science, and it was in International Business and Information Systems. I can save that. When did I attend it? I attended from 2006 to 2010. That's when I graduated in 2010, University of Tampa. So again, once I finish this education, what other school did I attend? Oh, let's say I've listed all my schools. Now it's going to ask me to upload a photo, which is really important because when people are searching for you, Anson Alexander, yeah, there's not too many of Anson Alexanders out there, so they might be able to find me pretty well. But if you have a more common name, the thing that's going to differentiate you the most is going to be your photo. So I'm going to go ahead and choose a photo to upload. On my desktop, I have a photo of me. So we'll go ahead and upload that photo. And we'll say, we'll keep it zoomed out. We'll move it a little bit so you can see you can adjust the picture here. And we'll say add to profile. And once I refresh the screen, you'll see it appear in this area right here. So that's going to really start filling out our profile. It's going to ask any other skills. You would want to put as many skills in here as you can think of. I'm going to skip this part for right now. I'm going to say I've added all my skills just so we can finish our profile here. What else did I do? So it's asking me, what did I do as a video author? So in this area, it would add some bullet points down here as to what I actually did. So I'm going to say I grew a following of 17,000 plus subscribers on YouTube, just so you can see where this will go down here in my profile once I save that. You'll see that now it says down here, grew a following of 17,000 plus subscribers on YouTube. Now you can see that my photo is uploaded and it says, hey, your profile is looking great. So I can go ahead and click done. Now, at any time when you're using LinkedIn, you can always go back and add more to your profile or take information out of your profile. And it's always good to be building your profile. So if you get a new job, add it to your LinkedIn profile. If you accomplish something at your job, add it to that section underneath your job where it says what you did with that job. So now that I've created my profile, it's going to ask me to start adding connections, which we're going to talk about later on in this video series. But just for those of you who haven't seen my full LinkedIn profile, I'm actually going to log into my other LinkedIn account. Again, LinkedIn is walking us through this setup process, which if you're doing LinkedIn for the first time, this might be important to do. You can join some groups. So if you see some groups here that are interesting to you, you could just click the join button. I'm going to show you how to join groups later on. And we can hit continue for now. If we want to follow any big influencers, any big wig CEOs out there, we could follow them, which means we'll see their updates here on LinkedIn as they post them. And then the next step, it's going to ask us to follow companies. And we'll just say go to my homepage. So this is going to take us to the LinkedIn homepage, which I mentioned in the first video that this shows you updates from all your connections and companies you follow. But we're concerned about the profile for this video, so let's go back to my profile. Here's the profile that I created very quickly for the purpose of this tutorial. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign out of this account and I'm going to sign into my other LinkedIn account, the one that I actually use, just so you can see my fully finished profile, how awesome it looks when you really spend a lot of time filling out your profile. So I'm going to go to my profile and you'll notice that this one looks quite a bit different. I have a full summary up here. I have all my experience listed down here below, all the jobs I've done. Most of you might have seen this in the first video. Now, just to finish up this video, if at any time after you've completed your profile, we went through the LinkedIn walkthrough of building our profile, but let's say we want to edit it now. You'll notice that when you go to your profile page, you can get there by clicking on the profile link. There's this big edit profile button on right next to your picture. If you click edit profile, it's going to change the page a little bit, and now you'll notice that we can edit every single aspect of our profile. We can edit the summary. We can add positions to our experience. We can edit experience that we already have in here. And notice that you can move. This little arrow will allow you to move things around. So I could put one thing above the other. I could maybe move my summary to the bottom. Maybe I want my experience to be foremost, front and center on my LinkedIn profile. So you have a lot of opportunity here to customize everything. You see every section I can edit. And this button right here will allow me to add links. So if I wanted to add a link to a website for a company that I worked for, I could add that here. I could also upload files. Maybe I could upload a PDF for a project that I did describing the project. You can include a ton of information here in LinkedIn, and the more you include, the better, because the more you include, the more information that potential employers or employees, if you have your own company, can gather from you. So it's really, really important to add as much information here to LinkedIn as possible. Another tip that I actually forgot to mention when I first shot this video was when you're filling out your LinkedIn profile, specifically when you're filling out your experience, one thing I like to do is actually use my resume and just copy and paste into LinkedIn. So for instance, we've got this president editor at AnsonAlex.com section. When we hit edit, we can edit this entire section, including our description down here. So what I actually did is I opened up, actually it's the wrong window, I opened up a copy of my resume, it's just a PDF. And to add the description on LinkedIn, I just went in and I copied my work history for, say, AnsonAlex.com, and I just copied that and then came in here, and I'm not going to paste it in right now since it's already in there, but I could just go ahead and I could paste it in here to LinkedIn. So that's just a little tip to help you expedite the process of creating your account here in LinkedIn. You'll notice that when I'm on the edit profile screen, over here to the right, it gives me recommendations on what I should add to my profile. So it looks at my profile and says, hey, these are things that you might be missing, Anson. So it says, hey, you don't have that many projects. Do you want to add some projects? Do you want to add organizations that you've been in, honors and awards, test scores? So I could just, if I wanted to add a project, I could just click on the plus symbol here, and it takes me down to this projects section to add a new project. I'm going to cancel that for now. So you can see that you can add a ton of information here to LinkedIn. I hope this video helped. Stay tuned to the next video in the series. We're going to go over this entire user interface, all these links, how you can access groups, how you can find new connections, where you can access all that sort of information, messages, friend requests, everything here on LinkedIn. So I hope this video helped. If it did, I would appreciate a thumbs up here on YouTube. And remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you get notified when my updates come out. That's all I have for you for right now. This is Anson from AnsonAlex.com.